Concerned Northerners question Nigerians' unity, says not under obligation to sustain union. Uromi massacre. My dear listeners, regarding the Uromi massacre that happened a few weeks ago, here is the Northerners coming out to say that to question the Nigerians' unity says not is not under obligation to sustain any union. So now, my dear listeners, moving on to the full details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. In reaction to the recent killing of 16 northern hunters in Uromi, Edo State, a group known as Concerned Northerners has issued a searing declaration condemning the attack and questioning the continued unity of Nigeria, warning that the North is under no obligation to continue to sustain Nigerian union. In a statement titled Uromi Massacre, One Killing Too Many, North under no obligation to continue to sustain Nigerian union, and signed by Dr. Usman Bugaje, Prof. Usman, Najatu Muhammad, Dalong General A.M. Jalingo, and Chief Ame, the group condemned the recent killings. It said, "We, the concerned people of northern Nigeria, on behalf of the grieving families of the 16 innocent victims massacred in Uromi, Edo State, do hereby declare as follows. This cruel and senseless massacre is too many and therefore raises a lot of pertinent issues with respect to the right and privileges of Northerners irrespective of their ethnicity, religion, gender, or creed in Nigeria. It appears that Northerners are not entitled to the same right as other Nigerians, especially from the South." The group noted that the Edo incident was not an isolated case, but part of a recurring trend of violence targeting Northerners across southern Nigeria. It said, "The Edo incident is not an isolated case, but it is a repetition of an all-familiar pattern of unleashing senseless, unprovoked violence, destruction of property, and the killings of Northerners at will in the southern part of the country. Since the inception of the Fourth Republic, we have witnessed the OPC killings in the southwest, IPOB and the so-called unknown gunmen in the southeast, and the recent Edo killings of 16 hunters in the south-south, in addition to the isolated destruction of goods and properties, maiming and killing of innocent Northerners pursuing their legitimate interest in the south. This pattern is making it abundantly clear that Northerners are persona non grata in the south, while Southerners are freely welcome to pursue their interest and even permanently settle in the north in peace and security unhindered. The declaration also noted what it called northern restraint in the face of repeated provocations. It said, Northerners have all along been restrained and placated by their elders against retaliation in the face of all these provocations. But the situation has now reached a stage whereby our dignity and integrity as a people is being severely compromised and questioned by our people in the circumstances of our inability to defend them. We can no longer appeal or restrain our people to continue remaining peaceful and accommodating due to the obvious negligence of their interest or even lives, all for the sake of a non-existent national unity. This is the last time that the North will be pacified on any infringement on its legitimate right to freely move and pursue its interest in any part of the country without any molestations, intimidations, harassment, or violence. Any maltreatment of Northerners will henceforth be considered as deliberate and not accidental, and will make us to be indifferent, as in calling our law abiding people for any restraint in whatsoever they decide to do in defense of their lives and human dignity. While acknowledging while acknowledging the condolence visit of the Edo State Governor to Kano, the group demanded firm action. While we have noted Governor Okpebholo of Edo State visit to Kano State Government and the families of the victims, we are demanding for a transparent investigation of the whole massacre, as well as the prompt and adequate payment of compensation to the families of the victims, he said. They also rejected the profiling of Northerners as criminals, stating, "We unequivocally reject and will resist the continuing attempt to profile people of the North as terrorists, bandits, and cattle rustlers in order to criminalize and systematically exterminate them by using the instrumentality of the law as a cover." In a direct message to the federal government, the group warned that urgent steps must be taken to reaccess the basis of Nigerians' existence. We are therefore urging the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, address the national question immediately in order to determine viability and possibility of our continued existence as a single corporate entity with equal rights and privileges as citizens of Nigeria, it said. My dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section. Thank you for listening.